Hey guys, welcome back to the Bayside Fabrication YouTube channel. We're headed to Bradenton to run the first quarter-mile pass that this car has had. So I'm shooting for low 11s, but we'll see how things go. So let the heat burn off a little bit today, and we're gonna get there just for about sunset, and hopefully we'll be able to make some good hits. See you at the track, guys. Alright guys, we're here at Bradenton Motorsports Park, and the sun just set, and we're going to see what kind of time we can put down here. So I lowered my tire pressure and just kind of getting situated here, and now I'm just sitting in line waiting for our turn. So we'll see how it goes. I'm excited. Guys, I bogged on the launch. I tried second gear, which I had success with in Showtime, but not here. It's really grippy, so I'm gonna try first gear next time and see how it goes. All right, so I had a 2.5 second 60 foot, so that's obviously terrible. So let's try that again. First gear launch, we'll go from there.
up on the lead. It'll stay on your side.
Okay, thank you. 11-1! 11-1! Hell yeah! Guys, I just ran an 11-1. I've never run an 11 before. This is awesome. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Wow, you just saw that come out of the hole. I'm like, oh, fuck. There it is.
Last time I missed second.
Yeah.
I missed a shift the last time. This one, I hit rev limiter a couple times, so I got to shift a little earlier.
That's a whole different animal.
Well, my first run was a 12.8. 11-1.
And you're 1.760, so you went from like a 2.2
Yeah.
or whatever it was.
That's the fastest 60 I've done. At 121.
I know, at one point I was like, my buddy's like, that's over 120. I'm like, is it? I'm like, hope so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's... Guys, I heard a loud pop and I think I broke my axle. I don't know. We'll see. All right, guys, on that last pass, we had a big pop. Really hard launch, and I broke that axle. I broke it in the cup. It feels fine. It feels fine. So I'm going to drive it down the road, see how it does at speed. And worst case scenario is Jackson and Jimmy lives 5 minutes away, so we'll see how it goes. But we're gonna take it for a test drive and make sure it's all right. If it can do highway speeds, we're just gonna drive it home. I knew I should have trailered it. Alright guys, currently have a very broken axle, and of course it was the only time I decided to drive the car to the track, so that's ridiculous. But yeah, we're gonna try to make it home. It's a little sketchy. We have a lot of interstate. We're gonna give it our best shot. We're just gonna take it nice and easy. It likes it around 55 miles an hour. So I'm about 2 minutes from my house. So that's like 40 miles. And it looks like we're gonna make it. Well guys, it's 12:23 and I made it. Oh, that was a terrible ride. Did really good at like 50, 55 miles an hour. But yeah, man, this thing's so reliable, it's unbelievable. Even made it home, I don't know, 40 something miles with a broken axle. And that was a bummer because that was gonna be a really good pass for sure. I was up against a Tesla Plaid and obviously he was gonna smoke me. But yeah, man, this was just a fun night. So I think I got bit by the drag racing bug now because I ran an 11.1. Well, my first pass was a 12.8. Then I ran a 12.2, missing a gear. And then my last pass where I broke it was an 11.1. I definitely think this car can touch 10s. So it probably can be a low 11, high 10-second car set up right. But Man, that was fun. I'm definitely not going to drive it down there again, man, because that wasn't worth all the aggravation getting there. But it was nice to stretch its legs. Car runs good. All right, guys. We're going to fix this axle in the morning. I got 2 spares in my trailer, and it's going to be a 15-minute deal. Back in action. All right, guys. Welcome. It's the next day, and we are just assessing the damage here. Car got me home. A little shaky, but hey, we made it. So right now I'm just going to show you how to fix a broken axle on a BMW. This car is pretty easy because it's all open and everything. So first step is, if you have center caps or anything like that, pull it off. Most wheels you'll probably just have to pull off because the center bore is going to be too narrow for the nut to come out. But in this case, with these wheels, you can actually, you don't even have to take the wheel off to get the axle out. So it's a 30 millimeter nut. I'm going to take the old bolt breaker 9000 here. Ooh, that's hot. So this is what we're dealing with. Now we have our axle nut off, and then what we'll do is jack the car up. Everybody says don't jack these cars up by the diffs. I've been jacking these cars up by the diffs for the past 15 years and I've never had a problem. So I'm going to jack it up, and then there are, on this one, what is it, 6 Torx bolts, and we'll get those off right now once it gets jacked up. But I'll tell you guys what, it was super fun last night. I honestly, you know, I know in the scheme of things, you know, you can go buy a brand new Tesla that runs 9s, which is absurd, by the way. But man, I was pumped to see what this car could do in the quarter mile. It actually surprised me. I thought I was going to be, you know, maybe a mid 11 or a high 11, but knocking off that 11.1, man, that was a real good feeling. And I know this car can do a 10 with the current setup. So if I can just launch right, I'll be good. Last launch when I broke the axle, I just dumped the clutch too hard, and that track was not slipping at all. I just hooked, and it hooked that axle cup, I believe, the most. So yeah, it was a fun time. So now I'm all fired up to get a 10-second pass of this car under my belt. That'd be awesome. Well, that's very interesting, guys. I actually just went to rotate this, and this axle is not the broken one. I thought it was because it had this play in it. But this axle is the broken one. You can see it's broken in the outer CV there. Well, I'll be damned. Interesting. It was a little noisy coming from this side, but I just, you know, didn't give it much attention because the exhaust and everything's so loud. But, well, at least I didn't get it all the way out to realize that. All right, let's put this side back together. I only got 1 bolt out. But yeah, apparently I broke the driver's side axle. E12 Torx bit, and we'll pop those inner bolts right out. All right. So we got all of our axle bolts out, and this axle's been out before. So I don't know if you see the whole suspension dropped a little bit, so I think I'm gonna have to just toss a jack stand under here real quick. So sometimes these axles can be a real pain to get out. The splines will pretty much seize themselves in there, and it can be a little hot rod in the new jack here. But this one's been out, oh God knows how many times, so I'm hoping I can get it out without taking this diffuser off. All right, now, of course I thought this was gonna be a 2-second job. Stand by, I got 2 more bolts. I gotta take this diffuser off, and the axle's gonna have to drop down, so. All right, it's only 2 10 mil bolts, no problem. There we go. we're gonna fit between the shock and spring. All right, let's cut open this boot and see what it looks like. All right, guys, just got this off. Oh, that's cool. That's why I was able to get home. This one actually, let's see if we can pop this off. Yeah. It's actually sheared the shaft right in half there. So you can see the other shaft is in the splines. That's wild. So yeah, it just sheared it right there. The inner's actually fine. This one, let's see if it actually moves. Oof. Correction. I'm gonna pop this one off too, see what happened on this side, because this one's not articulating at all, really. So, but that's why I was able to get home. See, I thought it was some of these bearings in there that blew all apart or whatever, but it was actually just the actual axle shaft. So this inner one's actually jacked up too. I can only barely move it in and out, and it doesn't really, articulate at all. Yeah, I can't even get this to articulate. So it looks like I busted both sides, or that could have been from the hour and 15-minute ride home. So either way, I got new axles. I'm gonna toss them on. Well, they're not new, but they're Z3 axles. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's how to replace an axle. Bolt it back together, and you're gonna be back on the road. So really not a bad job. It's something you can do at the track in 20 minutes. And yeah, go get some spare axles, guys. And if y'all have any suggestions for spare axles, I've actually never been in the axle braking game. So I don't know. I know some places are like, oh, go to Rock Auto, go to AutoZone, blah, blah. You just get the lifetime warranty or whatever. And you pretty much just buy 2 or 3 of them. You just really keep braking them until you become an adult and figure out a better rear end setup. But until then, if you guys have any suggestions on good BMW axles that are stronger than stock, which I don't know that there is any, but if there are, let me know and I'll be interested to check those out. Well, thanks a lot, guys. It's been awesome, and I'll chat with you soon.